I did what I supposed to do, right? I tried for every way, and I trained really hard, and I just cannot figure out the style.
I like Crawford. I just think the way he fights is clean. Like, he makes very little mistakes, and he knows the sweet science of boxing. So he showed why he's the best right now, one of the best in history.
And like I said, Crawford is one of my favorites of all times now because of what he just accomplished, what he just did. But Benavidez is too big for him, too fast, too strong. I wouldn't even want to see it. Canelo, Benavidez beats him too.
Man, let's keep it real. The boxing world is spooked right now. After what Terence Crawford just did, fighters aren't lining up, they're lining out the back door.
So, nobody's going to rush Terence Crawford into his next fight. He'll take his time, and, whatever the next fight is, it's going to be a big one because, his name is even greater now than what happened going into this fight for him. So he beats Canelo Alvarez, it becomes a much bigger deal.
This dude just walked in against one of the most feared pressure fighters of our era and made him look like he was trying to solve a Rubik's Cube in the dark. Every feint, every counter, every pivot, Crawford had Canelo second-guessing himself. And if Canelo's looking confused, imagine what the rest of these guys are thinking.
Like I said, a lot of people doubted me. A lot of people said I haven't fought anybody. I can't sell. I don't have no personality. They just wrote me off for years and years. And it all came to a halt tonight.
See, it's not just that Crawford wins, it's the way he does it. He doesn't just outbox you, he unplugs your whole system. The man strips away confidence, round by round, until you're questioning if you even belong in there.
Both of the guys are good.
Right.
I just think that when you have two guys, the smaller guy is a guy that you don't have the punching power, but you have the skills that's necessary.
Crawford.
That's why fighters are terrified. Bud makes legends look ordinary, and once you see that, stepping in with him is like signing up to be the next highlight on his resume. And here's where it gets wild, y'all. We just finished talking about why every fighter on the planet is terrified of Crawford, and then Canelo himself steps to the mic after the fight, basically confirming it.
We already know. We knew Crawford is a great fighter, and I did what I supposed to do, right? I tried for every way, and I trained really hard, and he deserved all the credit. No, I try my best tonight, and I just cannot figure out the style.
He straight up admitted Bud had him frustrated, body not responding, couldn't figure out the style, and then, wait for it, he said Crawford was way better than Mayweather. Now, pause right there. Do you know how crazy that is? I mean, I grew up hearing Mayweather's name like it was untouchable, but Canelo just tossed Bud over that bar like it was nothing. You can't make this stuff up.
If you can, compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence Bud Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
And I'll be real with you, if I was another fighter at 154, 160, or 168, hearing that, I'd probably be unavailable when my promoter calls too. But here's the kicker, Canelo wasn't bitter, he wasn't making excuses, he was just raw honest. He literally said everything about Crawford gave him problems. That's like turning in a test and writing the whole exam was the problem.
I hit Crawford, but no clean shots, like with all my power.
What do you feel like he was doing to neutralize your ability to land your big punches?
No, he's a great fighter. He's a good fighter. He know how to move and everything.
Respect to him though, because most guys would have blamed the judges, the gloves, or even the ring walk music. And just when you thought Canelo's press conference was the headline, Abel Sanchez jumped in sounding like the wise uncle at the family cookout who's seen it all. I mean, the man's been in corners against Canelo himself, so when he says Crawford wasn't flawless, but exceptional.
I'm so happy for him, really. I'm so happy for his team because I've been in that position before, and when you get to that point and you win those big fights, it's exhilarating because you know you did the work. So I'm really happy for him. He did great. I'm not even going to say that Canelo had a bad night because no matter what Canelo would have showed up, that Terence Crawford would have beat anybody in the ring that night.
That hits different. I'm sitting here like, bro, if that wasn't flawless, then what do you want? Bud to moonwalk while throwing uppercuts? Still, Abel kept it real. He gave full credit to Bud and Bomac, and you gotta respect that. What I love most is how he straight up said Canelo was the best version of himself that night, and Crawford still handled him.
A lot of people would say that was a real prime Canelo.
No, man, I don't think no way from Crawford. Crawford fought a great fight last night, and Canelo was the best Canelo could be that last night. No, he wasn't flawless. He was exceptional. He fought a great fight, man. All props to Terence and Bomac.
That's the kind of line that makes fighters at home quietly delete their call out Crawford tweets. And then Abel hit us with the cold truth. He doesn't even want to see a rematch because what's the point? That's like asking LeBron to replay a high school game. Pointless. Sanchez knows when it's a masterpiece. You don't paint over it, you just frame it and leave it hanging.
I wouldn't want to see a rematch. I'll tell you what, I think it was such a virtuoso performance from Terence. I don't think he needs to prove anything to anybody.
And just when Abel Sanchez gave us that cool chess master breakdown, here comes Timothy Bradley like a preacher who just found out Bud Crawford is written in the book of Revelations. I swear, the man wasn't analyzing, he was testifying. Dude said he had a dream about Bentleys and belt buckles, and I'm sitting here like, Tim, did Crawford just beat Canelo, or did he repossess your card too? That's how hyped he was.
I try to tell you. Terence Bud Crawford, the baddest man on the planet. Y'all saying, no, he too small, Tim. He too small. Man, that was easy. That was easy. That was more easy than I thought. Terence said he was going to have him crying, and he had him crying when they was walking out.
And you know what? I loved it because Bradley brings that raw passion we all feel but never say out loud. He's over here clowning people for doubting Bud, demanding apologies in the comment section like he's the YouTube IRS, and reminding us that when greatness is written, you better put Crawford's name in all caps. Honestly, you and me both knew Tim was gonna let loose, but this wasn't a reaction, it was a sermon. Man had more fire than Canelo's walkout fireworks, and I'm here for every second of it.
All the fans of Canelo, hey, I'm sorry. But at the same time, you came on this channel and you popped off. You keep that same energy in the comment section. And I told you, you gonna come back and remember what you said because you're gonna apologize. So come back to the channel. Come to this video and apologize. Yeah, apologize to me and Bud, especially Bud. Apologize. And go ahead and jump on the bandwagon. You know he a bad mama jama.
And just when you thought Timothy Bradley's passion couldn't be topped, boom, here comes Bomac the very next day, sounding like a man who just hit the lottery and still wants a refund. My guy wasn't giving interviews, he was giving therapy sessions to all the doubters. He's clowning folks, reminding everybody that Crawford painted a masterpiece on Canelo, and throwing I told y'all around like Oprah giving out cards. And I love it, because you and I both know Bomac's been screaming this for years. Now he finally gets to dance on the victory lap.
I told y'all.
Yeah.
I tried to tell y'all.
Yeah.
But then nobody wanted to listen to me. Steve! Nobody wanted to listen to me.
Yeah.
Hey, I told you the baddest motherfucker on the planet. You know what the most important thing was?
Yeah.
Him catching that wide bop, bop.
Yeah, he picked it up. He picked it up.
Man was so animated, I half expected him to grab the mic and start doing stand-up. Honestly, you can feel it. The team knows they didn't just win a fight, they shook up the whole sport. And if you were one of those people calling Crawford too small, yeah, Bomac just made you part of his comedy set. And let's be real, Bomac wasn't just talking, he was testifying. He sounded like the preacher at a Sunday service, except the gospel was Crawford's right hand. He told the world to stop doubting, stop hating, and start rewriting the pound-for-pound list. Because after that performance, you can't argue with him. You can only sit down, nod your head, and say, yep, he was right.
You know the fight?
Who, Canelo?
Yeah, Canelo. Well, it was like, he's still strong. So I was like, okay, cool. So keep it tight, right, and come up the middle on those wide punches.
Yeah.
And that's what he did. He came up the middle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Hey.
Well, where would you put Crawford as far on?
At the top. At the top. Come on, dog.
And just when Bomac had us laughing like we were front row at a comedy show, here comes Keith Thurman the next morning with a whole TED Talk on how Crawford turned Canelo into a student. I mean, the man sat down and said, "Let me break this down for the casuals," and I respect it because some folks still couldn't believe what they saw. Thurman called it exactly what it was, a boxing clinic. Not a slugfest, not a brawl, a straight up masterclass. And you and I both know when a fighter says clinic, that's code for someone just got schooled with no makeup test.
Okay, first, he worked behind the jab, people. Boxing 101. Set your shots up behind the jab. Canelo froze up. He was able to minimize the pressure. Step 2, use the ring. Use the ring. Get to the outside. Make Canelo pivot. Make him pivot. Don't let his feet settle.
But here's the funny part, Thurman wasn't hyping it like a fan. He was explaining it like a teacher who knows half the class didn't do the homework. Step 1, jab. Step 2, make him pivot. I was waiting for him to start handing out worksheets and pop quizzes on Crawford's footwork, and he's right. Bud didn't just beat Canelo, he wrote the lesson plan, graded the exam, and left a little note at the bottom. See me after class. That's why Thurman's reaction hits different. You and I can clown around, but he gave us the real blueprint of why Crawford just made history look routine.
Do another key factor, which is get respect in the ring. He was able to hold his ground in pockets, work the body, go toe-to-toe, and catch him with that speed. Bah! With that speed, the straight left, the little uppercuts and the hooks to the body. Like I said, people, it was a clinic.
Looking ahead, Crawford is in the driver's seat. He can basically retire a legend or continue to dominate and build an even bigger legacy. He's at a point where every decision is his, and honestly, it wouldn't shock me if he starts picking fights that cement him as the GOAT conversation starter. He's got the skill, the timing, and the brains in the ring that allow him to dictate the pace of any fight. At 36, he's not slowing down. He's in that sweet spot where experience meets peak performance, and every move he makes now is just adding chapters to an already extraordinary career.
I knew that. But Saudi kept saying, "Oh, them keep boxing, keep boxing."
Does anybody know where Bo is?
Is he in the locker room? I'm like that.
As for Canelo, we've seen him evolve through every style, every challenge, and every era. He's gonna come back, adjust, and still be one of the most dangerous fighters on the planet. But he's got to answer some tough questions now about his approach against ultra-elusive, high-IQ fighters like Crawford. It's a test of adaptation and creativity for him. We know he's got the heart, power, and technical brilliance. But the game has shifted. Canelo now has to figure out how to break down a fighter who can control distance, neutralize power, and punish mistakes like Crawford did. The next chapter for him is all about evolution. Whether he rematches Bud, targets another top contender, or shifts weight classes, every move counts. Because the margin for error just got smaller.
The greatest.
Hey, Bud, right over here.
Let's go, Terrence! Let's go, let's go!
Bud, take one more.
Drop your hot takes in the comments. Let's run this debate heavy. And don't ever forget, like, share, and subscribe to Boxing Headquarters because we're bringing the smoke every single time. See you in the next one, fight fans.